Hey folks, Seawit here, and today I'm going to talk about one of the very best quality of life additions to tournaments in the last several years, the roster builder. In the old days, you had to be signed up for a specific tournament to build a roster for it. With the roster builder, you could build for any format in the game at any time. Today, I'm going to talk through what you can and can't do with the roster builder and the best ways to stay efficient using it. So there are two main ways to start building a roster using the roster builder. First, you could go to the roster builder itself and then click the create new roster button. From here, you can name your roster and then filter the settings to find the tournament you want to build for. However, and this is a little counterintuitive, but you're not actually setting the settings for the roster you want to build. All you're doing is filtering what's in this bottom box here. So, like for example, if you click Iron Tournaments, it will show up with all the Iron tournaments in here. You can't make a custom tournament set, which is a little frustrating. It would have been nice to be able to do that, but of course we got to go with what we have. Um, so, um, once once you're able to filter down, choosing the right tournament format is really important because it will allow you to have the roster show up at top of the drop down. So it's important to get it right. And because it's kind of a pain to use this, I actually recommend never using this part and instead doing it in this far easier way. So if you go back to the tournament screen and then you go and you click on the tournament you want to build for. So in this case, we're going to look at the Daily Low Diamond. You click the Create Roster button right here. From here, as you can see, it already sets in the kind of tournament you want to do. So all you do is name the tournament and then click Save Roster, and it will save it as a blank roster with those settings set. From there, you click the Set Roster button, and it brings you right into the roster building screen. So there are a couple limitations in the roster building screen. As you can see here, there's a bunch of stuff grayed out, so you can't look at your missions, you can't boost variants, you can't look at PT Live. You can open packs and you can use the card shop. But the most important thing is, you could click the Manage Cards button here, and this brings you to your Manage Cards screen. From there, you start activating cards to put into your roster, and it should be pretty easy to build from there. So again, this video isn't really meant to be about building specific tournaments, but I do have a few quick recommendations when you're building. So I would always build rosters with this Hide Duplicates button on. This will make sure that when you do have Show Duplicates on when selling cards, you're not selling the versions that are on your tournament rosters. There's also, this Not on Tournament Rosters filter here, which once you have a saved roster, it will make it easier to make sure you don't sell your specific versions of cards on the tournament, on your tournament rosters, because it does lock on to the specific version of the card you had talked about, you had put into the roster. So if you sell that version, it will be off your roster and you will have to, rebuild and add that card back in. The other recommendation is when you're building with variant caps, this doesn't work because it will always show the variant first. The best way to get around that is by taking off the Hide Duplicates, finding the card you want. So just to look at an example, here we can let's look at this Todd Jones card. So we could look at Todd Jones. So he's a reliever. He's a 79 overall. I guess I don't have another version. I'll buy one real quickly. So as you can see, there are two versions of Todd Jones here. I have the variant version and the non-variant version. I put the non-variant version on, and then now going forward, once it's saved, you can use this only on tournament roster filter to make sure you're using the correct single copy of your non-variant card. it's a little bit of a workaround, but it's the best way to go from there. Um, Other things that you can do. So when you go into this roster screen, you can import your PT roster, your league roster. You can also import from the roster builder if there's, let's say, like a cap template you have or a similar roster. Just for this example, I'm just gonna click one. Again, this isn't a tournament I'm planning on doing. Just wanted to show as an example. So then once your roster is done, you should click the Save Roster button. From there, to go back, you click this Return to Roster Builder page button up top. Make sure you click Save and Return and not Discard and Return, because any changes you have made since the time you saved will go away if you don't click the Save and Return button. So be sure to do that once your roster is done to make sure that you don't have any issues with the rosters you built. So once the roster is saved, you can upload it to the server. So 25 rosters can be uploaded to the server currently. When they're on the server, you can access those builds on another computer, on OOTP Go. So that should be much easier to access those tournaments on the go or on different machines. If a tournament is also uploaded to the server, it will show up in the dropdown. So when you go to a tournament and you sign up for it, this dropdown here will have all of the tournaments that are currently uploaded to the server. And if you had set the tournament correctly by going in, clicking the tournament, and creating the roster from there, or getting the correct from the dropdown, that roster will show up first, which should save a lot of time in terms of making sure you sign up with the correct roster. So this is largely all you need to know about the roster builder. I generally keep a lot of rosters saved, really only getting rid of things when, after a while, just so that on tournament filter doesn't have any dated cards on it. But yeah, I hope this is helpful to all of you, and I look forward to battling with you in tournaments sometime soon. I appreciate y'all for watching this video, and if you could hit the subscribe button, that would be wonderful. I plan on posting some more of this kind of intro content, and if you have any recommendations of kind of stuff that would be helpful, let me know.